In the first video of this cloud discovery application, I did not actually navigate it a lot. This I just show the main panel, and I think I click on one of these, some of these bubbles. But this tool is full of very nice navigation features to offer you more details about what you are actually seeing. I can go here into all my applications and actually, decide which one are the ones that I want to approve or disapproved. I can go into a particular, what is it that Sherry is top risky? What has she done? Oh, I can actually see all the application. I can sort them by severity here, by type of application. It's actually lots of detailed navigation. And I did not focus a lot on this area of top violation. How does the tool, what is the logic, the rules that the tool uses for determining who is, besides who's going to something that I have not approved, who is actually of a higher risk to another. And here are 7 rules that the tool uses, and this is an early access type of app, so I'm sure that this is going to keep improving. So let's take a look at this first policy. Looks at downloaded data downloaded, and you know that from the proxy, any one of the proxy that you use, you get the amount of data being sent and received. So it knows how much stuff people are doing out there. But notice that it uses standard deviation to find outliers. So it uses kind of a machine learning. So every user is going to have his own track record of what is normal for him to actually do. So it can find instances when a user is all of a sudden, let's say that I'm now downloading a bunch of stuff or uploading a bunch of data into a public site. Well, is that something that I never do? Could it be that I'm about to leave the company and I want to take a lot of information that I should not take out there? These are things that this tool can help you find. And notice that it takes threat information from the X-Force, and that's what we put the credentials on the X-Force when we first configured the application in the previous video, and then uses that logic to basically calculate the risk. And there are, here are the other rules that the tool actually uses. So very well built. This is something very nice. I also noticed this thing, that was actually here popping up. So when I click on it, I actually went and took the time to listen. They have a webinar here that I listened, but this is actually something that I deem very important. Your QRadar is going to tell you where people are going, what is risky, but how do you put order in the house? Well, one thing is actually, and this is big, to provide single sign-on, which means with the corporate credentials and even multi-factor if I want to, my users will go into their apps with that single password, which not only makes their life easier and more secure, but also, should the user be terminated, his access to all those applications will be terminated as well. That's actually very big. So, and it works for on-prem, cloud, and even mobile. This is actually pretty good. So it looks like you have a launchpad from your corporate when you are in your browser, and then when you click, for example, here in Gmail, again, the single sign-on from your corporate credentials will be used to actually go into that cloud application. In this case, for the example here is shown by Jessica. So it's something I encourage you to actually take a look at and see. And they have a free edition. So because one thing is detecting bad things happening, but they are going to keep on happening, and this tool is about to how you reduce the amount of the impact of the more things that people are actually doing on the cloud. So again, I really like this application. I think it is very well built with lots of features, and is an early access, so it's a very promising one. I forgot to mention that I moved all my apps into an app node, and I created a video that shows how you do that process. It's fairly simple. And and particularly in this application, which has for that machine learning, I'm sure it's pretty avid in terms of the memory that it requires, and we don't want it to try to compete with the console, which it won't win. So this is something that you may want to consider. It's going into the app node. So I launch, and in the video I show how you even install the CentOS. I did it on a virtual machine, and how the process is actually fairly simple when you follow the rules. Move everything into the app node, because these apps, the UBA and these apps, when you begin to use machine learning, there's more need for the Spark engines to grab some more available memory.